So I want to talk a little bit about compassion and really the importance of compassion. I think for a lot of us, we're overwhelmed and there's a lot coming at us, and the tendency is to think about our problems and issues, which is of course important, but really it's a matter of how we go about solving it. And I feel like compassion is the way to, in a sense, overcome a lot of problems, obstacles, the sense of making our life moving in a forward direction. And compassion is incredibly powerful. And initially, we may think compassion is weak. We may think it's only when there's room we have compassion, as opposed to when things become very difficult, compassion maybe it doesn't seem practical. But really, what I want to express today is just the practicalness of what compassion is and how it works. And it is, in a sense, the mind, the attitude that we take about how we deal with others. And if we take an attitude of compassion, and here compassion is really thinking about that others are having a difficult time, that others are suffering, stressed out, angry about something, and compassion is just seeing them and realizing they themselves are going through difficulty too. And just at that moment, just that attitude change of saying, oh my goodness, they themselves are like myself, they're having difficulty, and just that thought is compassion, that moment when we think about them. And from that, we gain so much ourselves. It puts perspective on what we're doing. We see that our problems are not as monumental. We see that others have problems. We may be sick, but there's so many people sick. We may be having difficulties, others having difficulties. And just that attitude change is tremendous. And within the Buddhist tradition and in the meditation tradition, we say that compassion actually brings happiness to ourselves and to those around us. It helps those around us, and it helps us. It eases our mind in a sense. When we are considerate and compassionate towards others, there's a sense of the whole environment is opening up. The sky opens up. There's more sunlight. There's more of that perspective. And for life, there's so many ways. We could get aggressive. We could try to push one more time. We say, I'm going to get it right. I'm going to be more aggressive. And really here, a lot of the wisdom is saying compassion is the way to go. Compassion in Tibetan we call Nyingje, or noble heart. Nying means heart, and Je means Lord. It means noble. It means something that is superior, not arrogance. But it's really a superior or higher or sort of lofty. We all of a sudden take ourselves out of being small-minded, little-minded, petty, and we bring ourselves up. And at that moment, when we do that, life begins to transform. And for myself, so many of the people that I respect and have tremendous admiration for are really is because they're compassionate. And I think many of us can see that. And that we do not have to wait for someone else to be compassionate to us. We can go ahead and start that process. And if we can do that just one moment by one moment, one person, one nice word, being generous, protecting someone else, those things go so far. And it could start a chain reaction in a positive way. So compassion, I feel like, is the key in terms of smoothness, happiness. It's very, very critical, I feel. And even for myself, talking to different people, and even when you're tired, there's a tendency just to collapse on yourself. And compassion could be that moment where we open up and you just begin to look out and realize, oh, I live in a world, there are others like myself. So it's that thought, is that attitude. There are meditations on it, there are deepening processes of it. But just having the opportunity where compassion might be the key, compassion might be something that we would want to try. So I leave that up to you, and I wish you much success on the path of compassion. Thank you.